What a great crowd we have tonight at Caulfield Shul. Looking around the room, it's like the who's who of tax evasion. Now, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Grynberg.
And I'm Josh Gurgel.
And we have a fantastic lineup of comedians from all walks of life, who, much like Malaysian-made aeroplanes in the ocean, have mysteriously come together for one special night.
Now, Caulfield, how are you feeling? I said, how are you feeling? That is amazing. I mean, what are the chances that a room full of 120 people are all feeling good at the exact same time, right? And particularly, this is a Jewish crowd, so you would expect at least one person to say, I'm a little bit nauseous and I'm having some cholesterol problems. You know, as I always say, people, honesty is the best policy. Unless you're a homosexual Haredi, in which case, lying is the best policy.
Lots of Jews here tonight, which means my chances of having an accident with a Range Rover tonight has just tripled. A phenomenon known as the Feigelbaum paradox. In fact, tonight's fundraiser is for victims who were injured driving to this very event. You can always tell when you're at a Jewish event. I mean, a non-Jew will walk in, get here early, read the program, sit there waiting for the event to start. A Jew will be doing this. And no, he's not insane. What he's doing is crunching the numbers. He's like, all right, 24 tables, 10 people a table, $30 a ticket, $3,500, so food and beverages cleaning. Okay, they'll make a pretty decent profit.
Look, I hope the CSG hasn't given anyone too much trouble getting in here tonight. Don't take it personally, they're just extremely thorough. They don't actually let Sephardim into Caulfield Shul, just to be safe, because why a Sephardim in Ashkenaziville? But look, I have to, you know, I have a lot of respect for the CSG volunteers, although I've got to be honest, I'm just not sure if I were a terrorist. I don't think a 4'2" chubby Jewish girl with a walkie-talkie and a puffy jacket would really be enough to dissuade me or deter me. Oh no, she's wearing Oakleys, let's get out of here. Look, it is great to be in a room with so many other frum Jews. You may have noticed I do wear a yarmulke, which I like to believe reminds me of God being above and the fact that I can never pick up money from off the floor. Because I will not be the one to perpetuate that stereotype. Even if I'm the one who dropped it, once that money's on the ground, it is dead to me. Just walk away, Jew boy, that is goyish money now.
Speaking of schnorrers, the other way I can tell we're at a Jewish event is I can hear a lot of plastic bags filled with BYO food. Jews never go to an event without a plastic bag filled with pretzels, sandwiches, or some kind of snacks. And we're so careful to smuggle it into movies, hiding in our handbags, under our shirts, or tucked beneath our horns. Everyone's got them. And we're so paranoid about sneaking food in, despite the fact you're allowed to bring your own food to venues. Yet we have all these elaborate schemes for bringing it in. Because we Jews do not take no for an answer, which is a fantastic attitude to life, but a terrible defense in a sexual assault case.
You think that's bad? I am such a schnorrer that I had my dad drive me to a strip club recently because I'm too cheap to pay for a taxi. Now, I should probably give you some context to that statement. You see, I'm at that age where a lot of my friends are getting married, so naturally I'm spending a lot of time at strip clubs. On Bucks nights, not like on my own. It's not like we receive an invitation. Oh look, it's Dave and Michelle's wedding. Well, I'm going to Goldfingers to celebrate. But no, I had something else on the same night as this particular Bucks night, so my dad was kind enough to give me a lift to the strip club, as I said, because I'm too much of a schnorrer. Let me tell you, if you've ever been dropped at Kitten, South Melbourne by your dad before, you know how weird it truly is. I was so nervous that the bouncer was going to come up to the car and say to my dad, Mr. Gurgel, the usual table. But of course he didn't, because my dad is far more classy than that. More of a spearmint rhino kind of.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a fantastic night of comedy ahead of you. First up, we have the hardest working man in comedy, Michael Schaefer.
Now, give him a clap. There's plenty more where that came from. Now, Michael has performed stand-up throughout the US and Australia. He has performed to sellout crowds at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival and was actually in the national final of the Raw comedy competition at the Comedy Festival this year.
He hosts the constantly sold-out Melbourne's Comedy's Rising Stars, Channel 31's The Leak, and is the creator of the satirical webpage Round Squares.
So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for our first Schmendrick for the evening, Michael Schaefer.